Hello guys, and welcome to a tutorial about how I drive the ball. Now, you take from this what you will, as many of you avid viewers of my streams, that I pretty much have my own way of playing this game. But driving, I feel, is a little bit of an underrated part of this game. That it's so easy that driving is. Driving is generally very easy in this game, that you don't think about it, you just hit it, make sure it gets in the fairway. But there are certain little things that you can do to make the ball go a little further. Now, first of all, I never use topspin on the ball driving. It's just a no-no. Even into the wind, it doesn't help you into the wind. But obviously, you don't want to go full backspin into it. We have a left to right wind here, so basically this will maybe a stock drive on a level wind. So what I would go do is not 50% spin. We call that 50%, that's 0 spin, and then that's 100% spin. So I kind of go 25% spin with the driver. And we keep here. Now, a risky thing you can do to get yardage is kind of ride the wind, is what I call it. The wind's going from left to right, so you want to hit the right side of the ding. So that will kind of propel the ball right ways, and I'll slide with the wind, and then you get a few yards. Now it's going to be very hard for me to compare yards because I'm going to be doing restarts here, and I'm not going to get the exact wins. But this is a way. It's risky, and probably on a narrow fairway like this wouldn't be an ideal thing to do. Certainly, sometimes the wind just has to sit right for you to try this. I wouldn't fully recommend it, but it is a cheeky way you can grab yourself a little 5 or 6 yards. Also, another thing is learning the slopes of the fairway. Now, this is not perfectly ideal because generally the first hole in Oakmont slopes downhill. But be cognizant over time when you're playing the game of where the ball lands. Like there's holes like the first in Erin, then first in Chambers Bay. Learn where the slopes are and learn what spin can make you kick off a slope. But first of all, we'll just hit this one and straight down, and that's the perfect drive. And that little kick on there helps. Kind of dug in a little bit. 331 yards. Okay, let's restart. Let's restart and see if we can get a different wind. Pretty much the same wind as in the Strand. Now, you might think that like downwind you go full backspin. No. It's pretty much like 25% because you want to kind of hit the ball solid. But the more spin you put on it, I find you're kind of chopping the ball up into the air, for the lack of a better expression. So I'd very rarely I'd never put full spin. Pretty much the way I'd never put top spin. The only time I'm using full spin is obviously when I'm going for a green, when I'm trying to drive a hole. Fully recommend that, especially with the golf ball I use, because it does get a lot of spin imparted on the ball with these golf balls and my driver. But I would not, if I have a little bit down breeze like this, I might go to 50. But I'm really hovering around there with the driver. Hovering around there. And we hit. Again, kind of late. That's 330. Pretty much the same drive. Now I'm going to try here. Let's try. I don't know whether this will make a liar of me, but let's see, we hit this with full spin, pretty much the same wind. So, little downwind, little into the breeze here, but when we hit full spin, chopping up into the air, spinning against the wind, only goes 316 yards. Now, I know that was slightly into the breeze, but it's not a 16-yard difference. So, let's start again. I'm just going to go through loads of drives here, and hopefully we can get a kind of baseline. Now what we'll do is see. Right, let's hit our normal drive in this, and hopefully we'll get another into the breeze, and we'll compare the yardages on that by hitting topspin, and I'll show you the yardage you're actually losing even on a hole that's down slope. Like that's 312, but that was a considerable breeze into the face. But with 312 for an into the breeze, let's see if we can get another into the breeze and play topspin. Pretty much the same with 312 in the last hole, last drive. Now doing full topspin, and remember this is down slope, so this should kick on. You would think, yeah, down slope into the breeze, kick on, it's gonna go miles. No, 308. See, you're losing distance by putting topspin on the ball. Losing distance, especially when you go full topspin. Like you've lost 5 yards there. You might think it's nothing, but it's considerably a lot. Let's try that again. And take mulligan. Yes. Right. So 308. Let's hit a flat drive, which I am fond of into the wind. So we went 308. Let's see where the flat drive goes. 310. A little longer. Now let's try the way I normally hit a drive, even into the breeze. 25. I would be surprised if this doesn't go further than 310. Make it a liar me. Okay, let's try it again with the topspin. Take mulligan, topspin. I did hit that one a little early, which wasn't ideal. That's a little late. That's actually gonna be rough. Yeah, Mickey Mouse will try again. Okay, full topspin. Left side of the fairway. There we go. Just a little late. It's hard to do each shot, but look, 300 yards. Mickey Mouse distance. Like, so we go again. Same wind. Try hit the same drive. Flat. So that went 300 yards. Pretty much the exact same drive, but 310. And we go again with my normal spin, which is kind of like 25. This will probably go 310 again because of this wind. It's not really much of a difference, but that topspin is Mickey Mouse stuff. 3.9, 3.10. And we'll have one more go with the flat, and we're going to change the wind on the next one. It's hard, like I say, to replicate the shot. It's good that we can restart on practice mode, but there we go. See, look, 310, 312. So the full topspin, that's fully proven that the full topspin is a disaster into the wind. Never use topspin on your driver, ever. It's a waste of time. Let's see if we can get a different wind now. Let's try downwind. I want to try get it down. All right, this is downwind. So now we're going into more of a kind of down slope, but full backspin. Yeah, a bit late on the things. That it will affect the drive. Like so, 3-3-1. That's how we go there. Now flat. Where do we aim? We aimed over here, so we'll keep the aim consistent. At least we can do that. That was a more solid hit. Yeah, we kind of got the down slope there. See, with a much more solid hit, 346 yards. Right, we'll go again with full spin. See, 346. Yeah, full spin. I think going downhill. Where's it going? 326, 5 yards short. So invariably you will be slightly short. So we'll try just a top spin if you think that going downhill it'll catch the slope more. Although this is going to land quicker, so it's going to catch less of that slope. This is what I was talking about, knowing the contours of the green. So obviously if you're hitting this with full top spin, it mightn't hit on the big part of the slope. downhill, like where the gradient exaggerates, which it does down the second half of this fairway. But you think, oh yeah, you're going downhill, right? It's racing, but 326, still not as good as the flat shot. The flat shot, which was giving us 331, and those 5 yards matter. You ask a pro in real life, 5 yards, massive, because it can be the difference between, in this game, it can certainly be the difference between making a par 5 and not. I mean, look at this, look, 333 flat. Right, and then we'll try my stock shot, which is the 25. This will probably be, because of the slope, yeah, well that was a lot late, that probably won't go as far. Now look, 349. We weren't getting close. We weren't getting close with the uphill shot, the full back spin. What was the ball? That's 349, 20 yards in some case, is when you hit 25%. That is your stock place to put the spin with the driver. In general, that's the stock place to put it. Even into a slight wind, right? If you have the 29 wind, hit a flat into the wind. That's what I would do now. The big heavy winds on the heavy wind courses, I still would never put topspin on it, because you're just getting no air. You're just knocking it out of the air and then hoping that ground help will help you kick on, and it won't, because the 29 wind will have taken the speed out of the golf ball and it's just gonna land soft and short. So basically, these are the simple tenets of how I drive the ball. That is your stock one. You very rarely change it. Very rarely. Sometimes flat on the course, like St. Andrews, you could gamble by hitting a flat shot and hope for getting a bounce. And then sometimes you can get a crazy bounce to St. Andrews. But basically, default is 25 spin. 25 spin into a light wind. Like when I say light wind, 10 and down. Downwind, definitely downwind. See, downwind, you think the more it's in the air, you're naturally thinking like, oh, if I put the spin here, that yeah, it's going to be in the air more, you know. And I'm not putting full spin on it, so it's going to have a little bit of a bounce. No, it's still too much spin. You want to get the ball running and a little height, and this is basically what I think is the best of both worlds, as in getting height on it and not putting too much spin on the ball, because spin is the enemy with the driver. It's the enemy in real life and it's the enemy here. So I hope that was of some help to you. You can let me know if there was any help in the comments on YouTube. But thanks for watching. We'll see what I hope it makes you hit the ball a little bit further, because like I say, 5, 6, 7 yards makes a difference. And do not forget the contours on the fairway. Obviously every drive is different, uphill, downhill. Try learn where your ball is bouncing with whatever clubs you have. Doesn't matter, like I know I have the better clubs here now, but learn what for the clubs you have. Learn the fairways. You can get a lot more distance if you think about it, because like I said at the top of this tutorial, that you tend to think, hit the fairway, I'll start concentrating on the next shot, but you are leaving yards on the table that could be of benefit to you, and it'll certainly improve your game. Anyway guys, thanks very much for watching. Talk to you later.